Well done.
Was that good?
Yeah.
I've been practicing that for days in my room.
George.
Oh.
Georgie boy.
No,
my horse was Quinton.
Yeah, of course. It was
And Joe.
Quentin.
I got tricked. I
Yeah.
thought I was riding the same horse the entire time, but it was in
Yeah.
fact two different horses. This is Quinton. Is it Joe? So this is actually Joe.
Quinton and Joe are very, very similar looking horses. This is a professional horse expert. I just try and see them all as just one being.
I much prefer being on the real thing. You know, Horse Week doesn't really have much of a personality. See, my job is actually just to get on the horse and just try and look sexy and just have wind going through my hair and everything.
Hi, Brian Kai.
It's more like a, hi, no, Brian Kai.
Oh, it's a bit more. Hi, Brian Kai.
Hi, no. Adam over here, he actually said he'd never seen such a talented rider as an actor before in his entire life. He was just really blown away by my skill on a horse. So he said, I don't hear, like, you take the reins, I don't know what to teach you. You're so good.
Action!
I will punch you in both of your eyes.
I like it rough.
Why are you smiling at me? Help me.
It's...
You know, I just remember finding out I'd got the role and sort of walking to the park and sort of having a panic attack on a park bench, being like, what like, how have I got to this point? This is very surreal, but yeah, it's lovely to kind of look back and see sort of, you know, how different I was. Yeah, little Nick back then.
And then, you know, I was just lucky they called me the next day and offered it to me.
The very next day?
Yeah, they liked me, I guess.
Get it.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's dangerous to go out for a big audition on your birthday?
I just think it's wrong in general. Like that is my day, and I was forced to work. What I mean, do you think it's dangerous because if you don't get it, it just tarnishes the day? Honestly, I have had so many bad auditions that I'm impervious to it now. It does nothing to me.
It was a complete joy working with him, you know, and he's got a great sense of humour. Thank God I didn't see what I was going to say. Got a great ass, all right, there you go. Incredible journey, arguably the most sort of fleshed out performance of everybody at the show. No pun intended. But the relationship between us as friends.
You're American. How have you watched that already?
Oh, we didn't have it. Don't worry about it.
These on right now.
Absolutely,
Stick
please.
those on my wrist.
Yes,
Thank
I
you
made
so
them
much.
for the size of your
I
wrist.
appreciate. Oh, I love that you know the size of my wrist.
It might be a little embarrassing.
No, it's perfect.
Thank you so much. Here, thank you right now.
Oh, I will take that. I will take that, and I hope you watch Bottoms.
Oh my God, yeah, we love it.
Okay. Gesso hungry.
Yes,
Remember
yes.
that. Remember that.
This one too, Nick.
Oh, hi again.
What do you think sets you apart from all of the other people who auditioned?
Oh God, I mean, look, I'm sorry, so sorry. I'm fighting your microphone here. Anne Hathaway, she's always ruining my moment. You know, this is my moment.
Fair, I believe that you were.
Well, we all had to respect Nick's process of total isolation.
It's true.
It was very strange. He needed me to prepare all of his food. And
I lived in a cave for 6 months beforehand.
which was hard to find in Atlanta. There are not that many caves
There were
in
not. No,
Atlanta.
I was just doing dance moves in the cave alone.
In front of
by
a mirror. He
myself.
just asked
Yeah.
for a mirror and some beef jerky.
360 mirrors and beef jerky. Exactly. But she respected it, and that's why I respect Annie.
Oh, live in LA, or are you still?
I do.
Okay,
Full LA
welcome
transplant.
to LA.
Thank you.
To
No, I mean I'm a US transplant now. You know, I'm over here, so yeah. I am. I'm a full Brit transplant to LA. I've drunk the Kool-Aid, and that's why I keep seeing you at these things. I'm moving back to England right after
me?
Yes, you're forcing me back home.
I'm touching his arse, so you all know. That's all I fucking did on set was touch his arse.
And Tony just told me that his favorite part of working with you was headbutting you. Do you share the sentiment?
No, I didn't share the sentiment because he put me through a lot of pain. He didn't not only headbutt me, but he also cut my chin open with a ring.
How dare he?
How dare he? I went through the wars a little bit on the job, but no, I'd say there were more fun moments than that. Yeah.
I distinctly remember my first concert so well. It was one of Oasis's last gigs together, and they were at Wembley. And I was like a wee little lad, and I went along with my one of my best friends at the time, and it was just a stadium full of like English geezers, and like the hardest of the hard. And Kasabian was supporting as well. And nice. I remember, you know, in this sort of sea of like, you know, tough men, these lads around us recognized that we couldn't see, and they put us on their shoulders. And I just remember this like transformative experience as a young man. Like,
I love the sensitive geezers.
Oh, the sensitive. That's what you. That's what you want in life. The sensitive geezers.
I mean, a sweet geezer sounds really nice.
But I love the personalities. I think that's the one thing that's remains with every single job is it is really like running away and joining the circus in a way. And
I love those dudes so much. They're so wildly talented.
Mate. Okay, that is pretty accurate. Mate. Everyone's my friend. I'm just very excited to see them. I'm very enthusiastic. Point for Taylor.
No, for you.
Point for Nick.
Right?
You're Taylor. I'm Nick. Okay, got it. I'll give him a point. The points are bountiful and plenty. We don't need to be stingy with them. Yeah. This is a game of friendship, if anything. Oh, amazing. I think that's worthy of a half point there.
Just give it to him.
Just give it to me, please.
What's up, you guys? It's Nicholas Galitzine here, and we're gonna do a draw-off. Brits versus the US. Ha, let's freaking go.
I believed it.
Versus UK draw-off.
I've never really been much of an artist.
Okay.
We all know what it is.
Oh, that's a school bus. A classic American yellow school bus that we see in all of those programs.
Wait, I thought I'm drawing UK stuff and you're drawing American stuff. Is that incorrect?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. I'm a major double-decker bus drawer.
Okay.
Well, I didn't get to finish.
I think we should just move on to my picture because this is a great piece of artwork and I don't want to let it go to waste.
Feast your eyes on this.
Charlie Chaplin.
No. Taylor, would you like to show me your painting first?
Sure.
Oh, super time. I know what you mean. I feel like I'm not cool enough really for the group. You know?
I definitely wouldn't be cool enough.
Yeah, I'd be like the kind of the weirdo in the corner who's like the hanger-on. But they sometimes return my phone calls, which is...
You're in the group chat. You're in there.
barely, hanging on by a thread.
Who's the most active member?
I mean, I feel like Io's always like saying something quippy in the chat. Like she's always just posting like just weird articles or something like that. I'm always like trying to schedule meetups and like no one ever responds to me, it was so sad. Yeah, I know.
That breaks my heart.
I'm really just not very cool. That's the issue.
But I feel like that cast, you know, it's like kind of the new it girlies, the new it boys. How much of a joy is it to see the likes of Io and Rachel just like thriving right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of them. I've no right to be because, you know, they've been on this journey well before they knew me. But like, I think it's important to note that, you know, take Io, for example, you know, winning all these awards for The Bear. Like, I mean, she was doing stand-up in empty rooms for, you know, many years. She's worked so hard to be where she is, and I'm so immensely proud of the both of them. And I distinctly remember that on set. You know, Rachel was a producer in this project. You know, she was at the Genesis, and she put so much hard work into it. I mean, I was very fortunate where I kind of got to come in and just act ridiculous for a day.
Dick.
Yeah, just be a massive dick for a day. And yeah, I'm really proud of them.
But people keep telling me he's signing over my face when doing events and stuff like that, and so I feel like I need some sort of retaliation.
I think so too.
So, yeah, I've been too passive for too long. Shall I just sign over Taylor's face? I've been hearing that he keeps signing over my face.
He keeps doing like mustache and
Not acceptable. I'm gonna sign right over his face.
What is this? Okay, so Nicholas said he signed on it on your face because you always do it on his face.
Oh, he noticed.
He did.
Well, let me give him a little mustache.
He so much.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry. There's space somewhere.
Who's this?
I don't know. Some guy you might know.
Oh. Pretentious. Very pretentious.
He took up the whole page.
He took up the whole page. Oh my god. Okay. What? I mean, do I sign over him?
I mean, if you want to, just go for it.
I think so. Oh, that's barely come out, but that's quite impactful. I think.
I think
actually,
that's great.
it?
Actually,
You know?
thank you.
You know that the great thing about Taylor is what you see is what you get. He's extremely authentic and kind and funny, and he's just a joy. I mean, he's such a good mate of mine, and we have such a laugh together. I mean, really making that movie was so joyous because, I mean, not only him, you know, the whole cast. We had such a good laugh, but Taylor's he's just a good guy. He's a really good guy.
So seriously, what other famous boys have you had sex with?
Yeah.
Get in, bitches. We're going shopping.
Always erect.
Okay, 1 second. Settle.
Remember that time we found wild marijuana growing?
Yes.
Out on the White House lawn.
Yes. No, I'm definitely not doing karaoke. That bad?
Yeah, you know what?
Okay, so she does do a little dance, sort of a song.
I like to keep it alive.
What's the song? We want to know what the song is.
Take notes. It's different every
I
time.
just make
That's
them
the
up.
joy. Yeah,
I
exactly.
make them up. I'm like, you know, a song like, oh, I'm holding a dog, we're holding a dog, and then we're going to talk on the television show.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
We all know this.
Yeah.
We kind of a series of injuries kind of led to me falling out of love with the game a little bit, and then acting kind of fell on my lap about...
My goodness.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I don't get to get smashed in the face.
Much better for your ears.
Yes, exactly.
Lots safer, you end up like...
Like, based on your bios and things, it was always like, he was a rugby player, he played football, and he was very athletic, and then, had an injury and became an actor. And I thought, is this one of those Barbra Streisand from her memoir moments where she didn't realize she was an amazing singer and then finally sang and turned around and everyone was crying? Was that your start where you're like...
Isn't that so funny? That
Yes.
like you cannot imagine Barbra Streisand thinking...
Had no idea she had
she didn't know. She was like
an angelic voice.
Yeah, she was like 18 or 19 before she realized.
She didn't realize, and I imagine you like in the locker room, and you're singing, and then you turn around, and all
it's
the
not
rugby
High School
players
Musical.
are. No, it is.
Chill
I
out.
think. I think that's what happened.
Are you rewriting my own history now?
I'm rewriting your bio
in front of you.
Yeah. Maybe I was singing a cappella in the locker room.
Oh my God, I knew it.
Look back at No, the truth is, I was very privileged to go to school that had a bunch of instruments, you know, sitting in a room that, you know, when I started to fall out of love with sport and the community, of the sporting community in my school, I went in there and I picked up a guitar and I taught myself how to play, and then sort of slowly, I developed an interest in it. And then acting kind of came really quickly after that. So it kind of went from having never considered myself to be a creative to then picking up music, picking up acting within a short space of time.
So I feel like Julia really nailed it.
So I nailed it.
Yeah, you did. You nailed it.
Tom had to learn to play the penny whistle for this role, and he spent hours and hours and hours playing Greensleeves. And so by the end of the scene, I wanted to snap it in half and murder him with it.
You're just spitting it.
Go fuck yourself. And some people have called me a little slutty for posting, you know, a shirt, a very deep V in this shirt, but it's very much of the era and it's very much George, and I think we should embrace that. Keep it in your pants, George.
Yeah.
When we meet him, he's a very fragile young man, very emotional, a bit melodramatic. Onto the fucking planet. Despite that, his mum sees a lot of potential and, you know, sends him off to France.
A lot of people have said she's the original momager.
Yeah.
There is something bizarre about your mum pimping you out to people,
But exactly, it's
truly just dysfunctional family.
What are you talking about? There's nothing dysfunctional about them.
One more right away. I swear to God, you need to stop following. It's excessive.
Last one.
How did the phone get That's impeccable. Come on then, what do you want to know? You're always at these things.
Oh, you're shaking your head.
He's he's just needy. And it's like, I'm trying to go to these things and I'm trying to have like a good time. And I'm just like, I feel this ominous presence.
I could hear you.
Oh, hi. Hi, sorry. I didn't see you there.
And
he bullies, I was saying he follows me around and it's very ominous. It's very nefarious. He's a pointer and he grabs, yeah. Yeah, you have to beat him off sometimes.
that was fun.
That was good. That was very good. I need another Oscar-winning actress for my next Infinity Stone.
Where is it?
I mean, is it safe to say that if there's a hot royal romance in the script, you're flocking to it?
I mean, it's not even me flocking to it. The industry knows me as that guy now. I mean, it just gets put on my desk.
It suits you.
Nicholas, you've obviously played royals before. I feel like you're technically royal.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
Okay.
Out of all of the characters that you've played, who do you think that Mary would approve of for George?
Oh, God.
It's quite meta.
That is quite meta. I think Prince Henry is a very upstanding young fellow. Yeah.
How many royals have you played?
Well, I played a couple. I was in Cinderella.
Okay.
I played Prince Robert, and I was doing lots of singing and dancing. And maybe the artistic collaboration there would be good. How many royals have you played? Every single one of my credits to date have been royals. Yeah. I have a niche. Actually.
If there's a royal, they're like Nicholas.
Yeah. I'm the go-to guy. See, I don't like to like wait and I mean, like, what do you do in that time?
If I'm having my tea, I want it now.
So it's piping hot.
There you go.
Because that's how we like the tea.
Yes.
For very hot.
How do I make the perfect cup of tea?
You Americans are very uncultured, so I'll try and put this as simply as I can. I know you've had people like Florence Pugh on before who kind of make it this hyper-complicated process. It's not. Some people will have you believe that you put the tea bag in after you pour the water. Incorrect. I also worked many years as a caterer. I'm well versed in this area. What I like to do is I like to take the spoon and then just really just push it on the side there.
Wow.
You see, I just like a little boom, splash.
Nice.
And it helps if you spill it everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. I like it. I like mess with my tea.
Yeah. The common misconception that Americans have about Brits is that we're incredibly refined. We're not. Now, sugar, you don't want this to like overpower the taste of the tea. Get this top part a little loose here.
Yeah.
Just massage out there. You go. That's literally all you need. Boom. And then, of course, you just finish up with it. Gentle, stirry. Cheers. Thank you for having me.
Very simple.
I'm not much of a tea drinker. I have to
Oh,
say.
you're
I'm
not?
more of a coffee guy. Yeah.
Really?
Maybe since I've fled the country and gone to the US.
Cheers again.
Cheers again. I apologize, but you did bring this on yourself. Your parents should never have named you Jeff, knowing that this iteration would finally make its way to screens. But I tried to stay true to the American stereotype of dumb jocks, and I'm sorry that it was a very accurate portrayal.
I'm sorry I was so good at my job.
I'm so sorry.
When I heard that you were in a film called Bottoms, I figured it was another gay sex. I was like, come on, Nicholas.
Did you know Julianne Moore before you started?
No, I mean, I guess I'd heard of her before, I think she's going to have a promising career ahead of her.
You're like, who's this person playing my mom?
Yeah, who is this person?
Go for it. Who was cast first?
Oh, Julie, of course.
And what did you think when you heard you were going to be cast opposite Julianne Moore?
Counted by my lucky stars. I was so excited. I was been such a fan of Julie's work for so long, and could totally see her in the part as well. But it's so fun because you don't know exactly what you're going to get until you show up on day one, and you see your characters kind of evolve with each other over the course of filming. So just really excited to start it.
I mean, seeing Julianne Moore across the room and going, oh, there's Mum. I'll go and say hi to her. I mean, that's a bit weird, to be honest.
I said it yesterday and I'll say it again. She's mother.
She is mother. She is mother. She is.
That's how you want everyone to refer to you on set.
But just my mother's like capital letters.
Yes. Yeah.
Mother. Yeah.
I mean, it's on the poster.
That's right. It's true.
The highest compliment. And Nicholas, I feel like George's Pearl Earring is going to have its own Instagram account, its own social media. Would you support that?
Well, I would support that, and to build upon that, I would like it to become 2024's Connell's chain. Because Paul Mescal had his time in the sun with his little chain that he wore, and I think there's an opportunity to supersede the success of his chain.
With your what? With your what?
My pearl earring.
Oh, your earring.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Julianne can run the account.
She has no time. She's working. Come on.
I am all over it.
My last thing is, how many earrings did you steal?
Oh my God, so many. I don't know if I have the boldness yet to wear a pearl earring is a statement on a day-to-day basis, and they're heavy as well, you know. So I don't want to be weighed down. Yeah. George's thing is the pearl earring. We're trying to make it a fashion statement. So yeah.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
I think it's a little bit better than swearing in an American accent.
you?
Maybe I think we
Yeah.
do it a bit better, if I'm honest. Sorry.
And in its native country, you know, among native speakers. So it was intimidating.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, I haven't been following it.
I think lastly, are there any other historical figures that either of you would like to take a chance at adapting? Any other kind of queer figures that you might know of?
I'd love to do something in ancient Greece, being a Greek myself.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it. What time is it on? Watch it.
I will. Yeah. We'll figure that out. That's my vague answer. Very, very excited for it. You can tell. Perfect.
Great. That's wonderful.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you very much.
It would be roast lamb with with roast potatoes. Yeah, but Greek style.
Why, are you Greek?
No, I'm not. I'm actually Scottish.
He's a bit Scottish, a bit Greek. Okay. The weirdest thing you learnt in the preparation for the show?
Well, I learned some quite weird things. I mean, I learned some French. I learned the viola da gamba, which is kind of a sort of period cello.
I wouldn't say you learnt it, but
okay.
Anyway. That was cruel, wasn't it? That was cruel.
150 people watching me scratch away, and Tony going, the whole world should hear you play.
He's an absolute aficionado. That was not easy to do, and you accomplished it very well.
Thank you.
Viola da gamba playing, which is basically old school cello.
Yes.
Which is the hardest thing I've ever had to do is play in front of a room of about 200 people, trying not to laugh at me. You know, trying to be very elegant in my playing. I was not very.
Out of practice, and you wanted to be a rugby player before you became an actor. What was the change?
A natural progression, I think you'll agree. No.
Chicken cutlet parmesan came to mind.
That's so boring.
It is a bit dull.
So you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's not very nice, is it?
Ream that into the mirror to just convince himself.
I've got a great face for radio, as my
do.
mother would say.
That's what we.
Right.
That's not just what your mother would say. It's what we all say.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Do an impression of one another. You're a murderer.
Oh my God, that's pretty good actually. In fact, he's never impersonated me on set until now.
Until now.
All right, let's see. Tony, you know, I've had an idea about this scene. I think if you were to just turn around and then we gaze at the stars, I think that could be quite powerful.
Wow.
What are you talking about? That's a rubbish idea.
You made me sound so poetic. That's a man I would follow.
I would not hire any of us if we had to impersonate each other.
I thought mine was spot on, to be honest.
Really, I think you nailed it.
Thank you.
Can you do your best impression of me? Mate, are you serious? Can I get latte?
Well, this is offensive now.
What's up? My name's Taylor Zakar Perez. You may have seen me from such movies as The Kissing Booth, One Up, Minx.
It is such a treat to see you in front of all of these lovely pictures of your face.
Yes, this is very traumatizing first thing in the morning, just seeing my life in images. But yeah, thanks for all the representation of projects over the years.
I feel like it's a wonderful shrine.
It is. I do actually have one of these back home. Which
I thought
is
so.
nice. Yeah.
I thought so.
House just covered in.
Yeah, we wanted to make you feel like you're at home.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Irish accent in this is so impressive. Very important question. What do you think is the most attractive accent in the UK? Because Timothy Chalamet did say Hull.
Has Timothy Chalamet ever been to Hull?
I think it was when he was filming Wonka or something. It's a bit of him.
I don't want to insult the people of Hull. I'm sure they everyone has their own thing. Timmy's is the Hull accent. I mean Irish is definitely, it's up there. I like a Scouse accent, to be honest. I love that. I love that for you.
Nicholas, good to see you, my dear.
Hello.
How are you? You are the suavest man.
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah, you really
Is
are.
that official? Has it been confirmed?
It's giving Christmas Pass Bond.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that
I did.
in the moment?
Yes.
That's why you're the best.
She's very
That's why you're
impressive.
the best.
She really is very impressive. You're having quite a year.
Yeah.
It's been wild for you.
It's been a crazy couple of years. 4 projects back to back. Was very exhausted, but had a little break, feeling revitalized.
Guys, is there an embarrassing audition that will always stick out to you both?
Oh my gosh, so many. I think my worst was when I walked into a room and I was so nervous. I said, "How doing you?" And then I never
And it's just
recovered.
after it.
And then I was just like, I can't do anything. I lost the job right there. Boom.
I have so many like singed into my memory. The one that really sticks out to me is they were doing that Tarzan movie, and they were going to have a young version of Tarzan in it, but they said this is going to be very improvised auditions. There's no lines for you to learn, and obviously because he's kind of an ape when we first meet him.
Oh, this is so painful already.
Yeah, and they said, we want you to pretend that you have an orange and you're very protective and someone's trying to take your orange.
No,
and
why would anybody do that?
I don't know. You know when you half-arse something as well and it makes
Yeah.
it 10 times more awkward? I wake up in sweat thinking about that horrific moment of
I
my
am
life.
uncomfortable hearing about it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to remind you both of these, but look at you now. It's all worked out in the end.
it has single tear.
What is your single worst audition story?
Well, I've spoken about the bad Tarzan audition, where I had to do some improv pretending to be young Tarzan, but they made me be an ape protecting an orange, and I didn't go all the way, and it was just me kind of like cowering and whimpering in a corner.
That's so intro to acting.
Yeah,
I love that.
no words can explain how uncomfortable it was for all of us.
Yeah.
I felt like I should have apologized to the casting team when leaving. I am sorry. I'm still sorry. But there have been too many bad auditions to count, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Could you see the casting people like laughing at you during that?
No, they were so respectful. My theory is that they saw a lot of really uncomfortable auditions because it's such a bizarre thing to ask someone to do, and there is no preparation for that. But it did teach me a very valuable lesson of you got to go all out. If you don't go all in, then you'll end up embarrassed.
Iconic lines in this. Did you guys have a particular favourite?
Mine was, if I were a man and looked like you, I'd rule the planet. I like that one.
And mine is also one of Julie's lines, which is, he's so cockstruck, it's like a curse.
Kind of particularly stand out to you? Any favourites?
I think my favorite was, if I were a man, I look like you, I'd rule the fucking planet. That's my favorite. And you tell yours.
Oh yeah, we've been saying that my favourite is also one of Julie's lines, and it's, he's so cockstruck, it's like a curse. It's so good. It's so good.
Do you want me to close my ears so I don't copy you?
Yeah, close your ears.
All right.
Okay. They hate each other at first, but then there's something about it. There's like this chemistry. There's this like, and then they fall in love with each other. But then the world don't know about it.
Boy meets boy. Boy hates boy. Boy likes boy. They grow to love each other. They fall in love. The end.
Where was the character? Where was the like emotion?
I just don't think there's enough time for that.
Been like your acting style, really.
Yeah.
This is a baseball field.
Yes!
Woo!
That was good. USA! Charlie Chaplin.
No. Obviously not Charlie Chaplin.
The chimney sweep from Mary Poppins.
Close. It's the
Queen doing the royal wave!
Yes, Taylor, it was the Queen doing the royal wave. God,
Gosh.
you got a good eye for artwork. I think they'd hang it in Buckingham Palace.
You are a liar. You are a liar, actress. Get the fuck out.
As well.
Are you a crier when it comes to films or TV, though?
Oof, I'm actually not, and I'll actually provide an additional answer to the last question, because the last sort of romantic movie that really made me bawl was Past Lives. That movie wrecked me. And I think it was like because I hadn't cried as well for watching a movie in a while. You know, I was at one of these sort of awards parties things, and I saw Greta Lee across the room, and I was like, I don't usually, I like to kind of leave people alone at those things because they hear, you know, people complimenting them all day. But I was like, okay, I've got to say something, and I chatted to her for a bit and told her how deeply affected and moved I was by her performance. I really I'm rooting for
the people in the room that I wildly respect. I do. I tend to run in the opposite direction because I don't want to disturb their peace or anything like that. Yeah.
That's him. That's the person.
Yes, I got that.
Figure
yeah,
that out.
I was-
Okay.
For the record, I'm in a saddle with another actor, on a horse, leading another horse, speaking.
You're insecure. You're insecure. You're insecure.
Ever been to the Valley?
No, I don't know quite why they invited me, to be honest, but I am.
Are you a Keeping Up with the Kardashians fan, Nicholas?
I haven't kept up with them in the past, but I feel now I should be keeping up with them.
I mean, because you're very LA now.
You know,
What'd you do on the break?
I carved spoon. Wait, you in sync?
Yeah, she thinks she is me at this
Yes.
point.
There's a lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
It's sizzling.
It's the boy band. We're in
Sizzling.
sync.
Yes.
But yes, go on.
I carved a lot of spoons actually in my downtime. I'm into woodworking and spoon making.
That's
So
cool.
I'm trying to make
What kind of wood
carpentry.
is the best?
Maple. That's my favorite.
Really? Why? Because it holds up. It doesn't bend. It doesn't stain.
It holds
What's
up.
up?
It just has
Do
a nice
you
vibe.
use them?
No. I think I think they'd be dangerous to use.
Did you
if I'm
ever see
honest.
that Seth Rogen started like making things on a wheel and now he sells them?
Oh, I have
Wait,
them.
it was pottery,
It is.
right?
It's pottery,
sell it.
but
It's
it's
a
like
great
great
console.
ashtrays to hold your like little blunt and stuff. And it's,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's the best.
Well, people are saying that carpentry's the new hotter pottery, so that's what I'm
Are
trying to.
you saying
It is.
that? Are
I'm
you the
saying
one
it.
trying to get that?
Everybody
off the ground?
knows.
I'm saying it.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows.
All
I
right.
mean,
Everybody
just like the
knows.
end of Indiana Jones.
Look,
On
I mean,
shoots.
I'd say riding horses is pretty cool. I'm a bit of a horse boy. You know,
I
I've
love
got
that.
yeah, I've got to ride on a few projects, and I really want to do a western in the future. But I had a really lucky situation where I was taught to ride on a stallion, which are like the most difficult types of horses to ride on because they're very emotional, and so I felt like I was thrown in the deep end now, and it's just like such a joy and such an ease every time I get to just hop on a horse and play pretend.
And a lot of actors lie about that, the fact that they can horse ride, and you don't need to do that now.
But also, that is a really stupid thing to do. Horses, if you don't know how to ride them, are really dangerous. So I don't know why anyone would lie about that. They have more confidence in their ability to learn a skill quickly if they do. But yeah, don't lie about riding horses. I think that's the lesson.
I heard you're a big Arsenal supporter. What do you think of Arsenal's title chances this season?
Thank you so much for asking me that. I
That's
really
okay, it's what I'm
wanted
here
to
for.
speak about. Look, I think City are near impossible to stop, and Liverpool obviously putting themselves in a great position. And Klopp, you know, it being his last season, as
Yeah,
you
sure,
know,
it's his
you
last
know,
season,
like
so he really
the
better-
players where they want to play for him, you
Absolutely,
know, yeah,
of course they do.
exactly.
My heart is breaking.
Yeah, but Julie, of course, she wore red for Arsenal
I did,
today
yeah.
as well. We're big Arsenal supporters.
I can tell.
Which is, you know, a really fun fact. Anne Hathaway's a massive Arsenal supporter as well.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm in a group
she-
chat with her family who are all Arsenal supporters.
They all watch football. huh?
Obsessed. There you
Wow,
go. And so
wow.
Julie's also a
Mm.
huge fan. It's harder to
Say,
tell.
I'm a Knicks fan. New York.
I'm a Giants fan because my mum grew up in New York.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
But Knicks are more
Knicks
basketball.
are basketball.
I know.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
Giants
Look
are
at the bar.
football.
Got it.
Well, I'm a fan of gay bars, so amazing.
we all like
We've all got
something.
interested, it's amazing.
And at any party, where can he be found?
Towards the exit. At some point, I've lied to not get a job as well. I've lied to not go to auditions before.
That's
It's
interesting.
funny because James McAvoy actually did an interview that kind of encouraged this sense of honesty in me, because he said he lied about really not wanting to go to auditions and making up these ridiculous excuses. My agents, you know, found me out a couple times and told me off. But I'm reformed now. I'm a reformed liar.
If you weren't acting, what do you think you'd be doing?
God knows. I mean, so look, this is my plan. I was a bit of a naughty boy in school, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. But I'd seen
this movie called The Motorcycle Diaries. It's all about Che Guevara riding a motorbike around the South American peninsula, and my plan when I left school was to save up money to buy a motorbike and just kind of find myself, I guess, riding around South America and speaking Spanish badly. But I have no idea, to be honest. I'm really lucky that acting found me.
See, because like I said, I might have just rolled over and died.
I think most of us would feel the same way. I think that's what's so unique about the story is we are not all those people who have that nous and that want to ascend in that way. So yeah, probably die of some horrible disease myself. You in childbirth, me in disease, smallpox.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oops.
And how do you think you two would have fared if you actually lived in this period?
Dead.
I would have died in childbirth. I'm convinced.
Yeah, she's childbirth. I'm some sort of deadly disease. Yeah, that's why I'm. Yeah, we're not making
That's
it
right.
past.
We're not made for no.
You're both so cheerful.
We are made for modern
Look,
life and antibiotics and stuff.
We're here for in the Jacobean era. We're here for a good time, not a long time. That's for certain.
A good day.
I know. Which movie were you watching?
Still Alice, which is a bit. It's kind of. Bearing in mind, I was shooting The Idea of You at the time and had very little time off, so very bizarre self-care to watch that movie. But
I was gonna say that's a hardcore. Won the Academy Award for it, though. Yeah,
it's a little insight into my masochistic tastes, I guess. The version of the boy band that I was channeling was the guy who is forced to dance, who is not that good at dancing, which actually works really well for me, considering the rest of my band are professional dancers, which is terrifying. But I asked them very thoughtfully. I said, please, just be as bad as you can be, so I look very, very good.
You're still listening to. And will Nick sing it for us right now?